So many people just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. It's a trainable skill. More than anything else, it is a habit. In today's episode, we're going to talk about focus. Focus, probably the biggest ingredient to some of the things I've been able to achieve, the biggest ingredient for so many people. So we're going to talk about in today's episode. Welcome to the Accelerated Achievement Show, episode 6. Episode 6 of the Accelerated Achievement Show, which I talk about focus. You see, as I travel around the world, one of the biggest recurring questions I get asked is, okay, Bogdan, how do I be more focused? Focus, everyone wants more of it because we've been told that focus is this secret ingredient to our success, and frankly, it's true. Focus allows you to essentially achieve things that most people can't even fathom, just achieve them, but achieve them in record time. Focus. So how do you get more of it? People ask me that all the time. I travel Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, India, UK, wherever it is. People ask me, how do you be more focused? And I've been answered this question multiple times, but looking back at it, probably the biggest thing to understand is, first and foremost, is to understand this one thing, become aware of it, that focus is a habit. Focus is a habit. More than everything else, focus is a habit. It's something that you can train. It's a learnable skill. Most people go through their life, and we live right now probably the most distracted time we've ever been in. Probably live in the most distracted time with social media and notifications and oh look, all of these things distracting us. We live in probably the most distracted world, hence focus is more important than ever, especially if you want to accelerate your achievement. If you want to achieve things that most people can't even fathom, can't even imagine, you want to achieve them faster, meaning you don't want to wait 5 years, but you want to achieve what it will take you normally in 5 years, in 2 years, or in 3 years, whatever it is. If you want to achieve things faster, and there's always a faster, better way to do things. If you want to maximize your time, you need to become someone, a student of focus, someone who trains their ability to focus. Because most people, we live in this distracted world, which has lots of advantages, but at the same time, there's constant demands for our attention. We live in this world, hence most people, they go through life not training their ability to focus. Then they wonder, hey, I can't even sit down for an hour and just focus on one thing and get it done. They get to that point. So firstly, if you want to be more focused, if you want more focus in your life, if you want to be able to focus on something and go out and achieve it, you need to understand that focus is a habit more than everything else, and it's something that you train. Meaning, the reason I'm able to achieve things most people can't even fathom, the reason I can write books in 6 days or 4.5 days, write books, long, thick books that people love. The reason I could do that isn't because I'm smart. I'm actually a voluntary high school dropout, if you don't know already. It's because I've trained this ability to focus. I don't know if you know the story, but when I write my books, I literally lock myself in a hotel room, essentially hold myself hostage in a hotel room for a number of days. For this second book, about how to write books, and by the way, both of these books, you can actually get them for free. Shipped to you, just cover the shipping and handling. Both of these available for free, you just cover shipping and handling. You could check that below. There you go, there's a little bit of promotion. But the reason I'm able to do that and other things is because I've trained this ability to focus. So I lock myself in a hotel room. Now, I'm not telling you have to do this, but this is just an extreme example of training the ability to focus. Training your ability to get stuff done when you tell your mind to get something done. So I lock myself in a hotel room for like 4 days, switch off social media, switch off other people's communication to me, I essentially go off the grid, which is scary in today's world, but essentially become completely uncontactable. I'm just there in a hotel room working on one thing and one thing only. The book that I'm writing at that time, and I do this for other things as well. That's just an example with the book. So that's focus. That's training focus. And before I wasn't this focused, I would have struggled to do that as well. or struggle to even fathom doing that, but the more you train your focus, every time that it's tough for you, but you push through and you focus on for an hour, start there, for an hour on one thing. You'll focus on an hour for one thing. Let's say you need to have this big project done, or you want to create a product for your customer, or whatever it is, whatever the 1,000 things is. If you focus for an hour and you train that, you become slightly better. It's like going to the gym and working out. Every day you go to the gym, you training that skill, hence you may be able to lift 50 pounds or 50 kilos more a few years later than you did before. Same thing with focus. It's a habit, it's a muscle, it's something that you train. And focus, probably the biggest ingredient that people are missing right now, especially as I talked about this distracted world we live in. A world where most people, some people, they can sit down at a desk and they can actually spend 8 hours and achieve what it will normally take or should normally take half an hour, an hour. That's the world we live in today. It's sad. Very sad. But and if you want to differentiate, if you want to change that and differentiate yourself, it's about your ability to focus. If you want to accelerate achievement, if you have something, a big goal, big dream, you want to achieve it faster, biggest thing would be focus, train that skill. Understand, focus is a habit. Focus is something that you train. Focus is a muscle that you're working out consistently. And you're actually achieving the result, as in if you're focusing on a project, you're achieving that project, but at the same time, you're training your ability to complete projects. It's that compounding effect that allows you to get great results. So understanding focus is a habit that you have to train and you have to push through resistance, because it's tough to sit for 5 hours straight and work on a project, or it's tough to spend all day working on one thing, not being distracted by a Facebook notification or a cat video. It's not easy, but it's about training that skill. If you want to accelerate your achievement, it's probably one of the biggest secrets to your success. Looking at examining the world's highest performing people, and what I've seen traveling all around the world, teaching thousands and thousands of people over the last few years, and writing books and teaching high-ticket coaching clients and coaching people, all of that. One of the biggest things is focus. So I banged on about that, I hope, enough in this episode. Biggest takeaway, what should be your biggest takeaway, I want you to comment with your biggest takeaway below this video. But the biggest point, the biggest principle, focus is a habit. If you can train that ability for you to focus, if no matter in whatever situation that comes up in your life, you can handle it because you can focus and you can achieve things that would take normally 5 hours, you can achieve in an hour. Or you can achieve things that most people would take 3 weeks to achieve, and you can achieve it in 4 days. People want high-performing people. You could be a high-performance person. So focus is a habit. That's episode 6 of the Accelerate Achievement Show. If you enjoyed this episode, like this episode, share with people who frankly need this, or who you think would love this content, or who are already incredibly focused and they'll watch this and they'll be like, oh my god, yes, that's me. Whatever it is, if you enjoyed this episode, like it, share it, subscribe below for more episodes of the Accelerated Achievement Show. The show in which I show you strategies and tools that I've learned over a number of years, and I've learned in my life and from the experience of others, and researching and learning and executing myself, the strategies, the tools, the things I've learned that allow me to achieve things that normally take people many weeks in a few days, or take other people many years in a few weeks, etc., etc. That ability to outproduce those around you. So if you like this, comment, share, subscribe below, spam that like button, share this with people. Comment below with your biggest takeaway from this episode, and stay tuned for more episodes of the Accelerated Achievement Show. I'll see you next time.
Achievement accelerated with the Accelerated Achievement Show.